I'm sure you've already heard of the term wholesaling, but you might not fully understand it just yet. In today's video, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about wholesaling and teach you how to do it so that you yourself can unlock this new stream of income. And if you are new to the channel, my name's Justin Yurong, real estate investor and entrepreneur here in Las Vegas. I've made hundreds of videos teaching people about real estate, and the goal of this channel is to help you grow your money and mindset. Also, if you wanna see more personal content, follow me on Instagram at Justin Yurong. So all wholesaling really is, it's kind of like flipping a house without actually having to buy the house. Now here's what I mean. It's basically this. So imagine if there's a seller and I am a home buyer, or I'm trying to wholesale the home. So this is wholesaling. I'm going to make an offer, like legit write up an offer to the seller saying, hey, I wanna buy your house for $100,000. That seller, if they accept that offer of $100,000, meaning they sign on the line saying, I accept your offer, you sign the offer, they sign the offer. Now you have a fully signed contract or an offer that the seller signed. We call this fully executed. Executed means that everyone signed. All the parties signed the paperwork. Now you have the fully signed contract, and instead of you buying that home yourself, like if you were to flip the home, all people who flip homes, you make the offer and you actually buy it yourself, fix it up, and then resell it. Now with wholesaling, there's a big difference. You have the signed contract, and instead of buying it yourself, you're instead going to flip the contract or sell the contract to someone else who actually has the money and wants to buy the home so that they can flip it themselves or rent it or whatever they want to do with the property. So for this exact scenario, let's say I'm gonna make a $100,000 offer to the seller. I offer $100,000, he accepts the $100,000 offer. We have this contract. Now, instead of me buying it, I'm going to bring this contract to my other investor friends and say, hey, I have this home, I'm looking to wholesale it to you or to assign it to you, and I want to assign it for you, or my asking price is $120,000. Now, I have it locked up, meaning accepted offer of $100,000, and I'm trying to get another investor to buy the same house or the same contract for $120,000. So I'm gonna take this fully signed contract, and if someone actually wants to buy the home for $120,000, then you as a wholesaler make whatever difference that is. So you have it locked up for $100,000, someone else wants to buy it for $120,000, you sell the contract to them for $120,000, and you as a wholesaler earn the $20,000 difference. So if that was a little bit hard to understand, I understand. When I first heard of wholesaling, it kind of flew over my head for a long time, and I had to keep hearing it over and over again to fully understand it. So I wanna kind of give you a visual explanation as well. Let's say this is the offer. This is the $100,000 offer that I'm making the seller. This right here, this guy, or here, this person, this is a $100,000 offer, as you can see here. We're going to make a $100,000 offer to the seller. As the wholesaler, or even acting as a buyer, I'm going to sign at the bottom because I am making the offer and I'm signing my name at the bottom when I make the offer. So I have the offer, I have signed it myself, so that's a legit offer. I send this to the seller. The seller, if they agree to all the terms in the contract, they will sign themselves. So they're gonna say seller signs. So now we have two signatures, my signature and the seller's signature for this offer. Now, this is called an executed purchase agreement or an executed contract, meaning everyone has signed, it's legit now. So you, as the buyer or as the wholesaler, you have the rights with this contract to buy the home. Now, whenever you are going to assign this to another buyer who's gonna buy this from you, all you are doing is you are giving the rights to buy that home to someone else. So instead of you buying the home, the end buyer is gonna buy the home. So now what you do instead, I'm not gonna go super in depth, maybe a little bit, but then you would get a second piece of paper. So you have the original purchase agreement, and then you have a second piece of paper, or a second contract known as the assignment agreement. And with the assignment agreement, you have the end buyer, whoever you're trying to wholesale to, they sign that agreement, you sign that agreement, and that agreement that you sign with them, it allows them to take over the original purchase agreement so that they can buy the home under all the initial terms that you and the seller came to. So you basically can make a massive profit without using any of your own money. Why? Because the end buyer is gonna be the one to use their money to buy the home, not you. All your job as a wholesaler is to find the deal, negotiate the deal, get it under contract, so get an offer accepted. Once you have the accepted offer, your job is simply to sell the contract. That's all you do. So you don't have to put up any money for yourself to actually buy the deal, buy the homes. Wholesaling is insanely powerful because you can make a lot of money without using any of your own money yourself, which is absolutely insane. It also means that you don't have to buy any properties yourself, and you don't have to deal with all the issues that house flippers like myself have to deal with. So whenever you flip a house or you buy the house, you go through all the paperwork, all the utilities, getting contractors out, managing contractors, managing a rehab project, listing the home. Like, it's a lot of work to flip a house. So if you're wholesaling, you avoid all the hard stuff, all the extra hard stuff. The only hard stuff that you have to deal with as a wholesaler is finding the deal. Like, that's the main hard thing to do. But this is why so many individuals have hopped on the train to use and utilize wholesaling as another stream of income, whether it's their main source of income or a side income. But it's pretty amazing because the amount of money that you make isn't predicated or determined by how much time you spend in the business. And I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. It's a lot of work to do, but if your work and your focus is driven into one particular area as far as find the deal, like if all your attention and all your workday is focused entirely on trying to find a deal to wholesale, then it's actually not too bad. Because a lot of people, and this is the biggest struggle that people and myself have had when just starting out as a new wholesaler or real estate investor, is instead of spending all of our time, energy, effort, and attention into finding the deal, we spend our time in other things that are not conducive or productive to making money. So looking for deals and talking to sellers or realtors, they're money generating things. They generate the income or the revenue for the business. There are other things, yes, that are important to the business, but not nearly as important as generating the money. Because if you don't have money in the business, there's no business. Like, you're not doing any business. A lot of new people have made the mistake, including myself, of claiming that I'm in the business when I really wasn't doing any business. So when I was just getting started as a wholesaler, I had gotten business cards, I had gotten an office space, I got all these different things that didn't really matter that much when I wasn't doing a lot of deals. I wasn't finding a lot of deals, making money. And so I was really just kind of burning money. Like, I was literally throwing money at my office space, throwing money at business cards, and just kind of wasting money because my time, effort, and attention was not towards finding the deals. So if you're trying to wholesale, yes, it can be life-changing. It's a lot of work though, and I encourage you to spend your time and attention on the right things. And now that you understand why it's so important to focus on finding the deal first, here are a few ways that you can find deals. But first, I really want you to understand that everything works. Every marketing strategy, every marketing channel, anything you can possibly think of in real estate, it all works to find deals. Now, a lot of people are trying to find the best way to do something, the best way to find deals, the most efficient way. And really, it's gonna depend on a lot of things. It's gonna depend on your natural abilities, what you're good at, what your market is, what your data looks like, what your volume is as far as how many cold calls are you making or how many offers are you making or whatever thing you decide to use. Like, it depends on a lot of things, so there's no one best way. You honestly have to pick one and try. And if you give that an honest effort with serious volume as far as making enough cold calls a day, making enough offers a day, you'll know whether or not it's gonna keep working. But really, there are two main ways to find deals. The first of those ways is looking for homes on the MLS or on market. If you don't know what the MLS is, it's the multiple listing service. It's basically where all the homes are listed for realtors. So when usual and normal people go to look for homes, they're looking for homes on the market typically with realtors. So like, that's where all the homes are listed for sale, MLS. Or you can decide to look off market, homes not on the MLS, and you could be trying to contact sellers directly or homeowners directly to see who wants to sell their home. Now, there's not one of those that's inherently better than the other. I've found deals on market, I've found deals off market. Honestly, they're kind of the same to me. But the thing you have to understand is pick one. Whichever one you're thinking about, whichever one kind of resonates with you more right now, just pick one and then stick with it. So maybe you decide to do cold calling in off-market strategies. In the off-market strategies, there's a lot of different channels or marketing channels that you can also do. Like, you can try cold calling these homeowners, or you can try texting them, you can try emailing them, you can try mailing them, you can try doing ringless voicemails and sending those to them. Like, you can do a lot of things to try to get in contact with homeowners, but of those subcategories, pick one as well. So if you pick cold calling, just do that and really focus in to try to find a motivated seller. The only thing that matters when you're trying to find a deal to wholesale is you need a motivated seller. You need a seller that's going to be willing to sell at a discount. And the only sellers that are going to be willing to sell at a discount are the ones who need to sell. But I'm telling you, they need to sell. So maybe they're delinquent on their taxes. They haven't paid their taxes in 5 years or something. It's almost been 5 years. And the tax collector is about to take their home from them. Let's say, in my market at least, if you don't pay your taxes, your property taxes for 5 years, they literally take your home from you. So maybe that person, maybe there's a homeowner in a situation where they haven't paid the taxes and they're at 4 years and 9 months. So they have 3 more months until their home gets taken from them. So maybe a homeowner is in that situation and you happen to get them on the phone from cold calling. You just want to see if they're really motivated to sell and what price they want to sell at. And you kind of want to learn about their situation, property condition, all that stuff. I'm not going to go into details, but once you find that motivated seller, then you're golden. And I'll be honest, how I'm explaining it right now, it sounds really, really easy, but it might take thousands of cold calls before you find that motivated seller. In fact, it probably will take thousands, maybe tens of thousands. It really depends on a lot of things, like it depends on your sales ability, or it depends on your data. Like how good are these numbers that you are finding for these homeowners? Like, are they bad numbers or are they good numbers? And it really just depends on your volume. How many calls are you actually making? So this general concept applies to all the strategies, whether you're on market, off market, whether you're doing cold calling or texting or door knocking, whatever it is, it all applies. You have to get the volume in. You have to make enough calls, you have to make enough texts, you have to make enough offers. It really kind of depends on what strategy you're choosing, but that's how you find the deal. So don't think that if you're gonna start a wholesaling business, don't think that you can just make the business cards like I did. Don't think that just because you have an office space, you're gonna succeed, because you're not. You're only gonna succeed when you actually put in the work, and it's hard work. When you put in the work yourself and then maybe eventually hire it out to find the deal. So focus on finding the deal first. Also, if you want help to grow your real estate business, whether you are brand new or if you already got deals under your belt, click on the link in the description, fill out the form, and then someone from my team will reach out to you. Peace.